Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 38 in my Automate Everything Minecraft series. In today's episode, I am going to be working at a new base that I have somewhat built up, I guess. And that would be a base for IndustrialCraft stuff. So let's go there. I actually have a matter transmitter set up, and so let's see what I've built so far. So what I have is, I have a reactor down here. It's none of the inputs or anything are fueled yet. I have a capacitor. I have an ME system, a small system set up right here, and then I have 3 buildings. Now this building over here will be for a lot of reactors. We won't be getting into that today. We will, I think, be sticking with this building mostly. What I plan to do with this building is to make some fuel rods for reactors. And so what we're going to do, or how you make those, I guess, is there are several different fuel rods. We will probably be focusing on the dual fuel rod uranium version and maybe the quad fuel rod uranium version this episode. I'm not sure which, to be honest. And those are made like this. So let's actually get started. The first thing I'm going to need to do is I need a way to get items over there. And so I plan to set up a quantum link with my applied energistic system. So what I need to do, and I don't need to type in at, I need 16 of these quantum ME rings, which are made like this. They need dense smart cable, energy cells, some processors and iron, and then the ME quantum link controller. I actually have those, so let's grab those. And then I also need a quantum entangled singularity. So what I need to do is I need to make a singularity, and we can make that with a matter condenser. Now matter condensers are pretty easy to make. Iron, glass, and flux dust. So let's go ahead and make one of these. And then we will need some items to condense. And I believe that we also need a storage cell, not one of these, but like a storage component. So we take this and we throw it in this top slot here, and then we need items to throw in here. So for example, if we go ahead and throw in cobblestone, it shows up that, hey, I put some cobblestone in there. So what I need is a large source of something. So what I've come up with is actually the dense cobblestone generator from the mod NuclearCraft. Now most people aren't familiar with the mod NuclearCraft, and it doesn't come in the stock version of this mod pack, as I'm using the FTB Revelations mod pack with NuclearCraft added. This is a pretty cool machine that can produce 128 cobblestone per second, and it is essentially made up of, I think, 64 of these. Just one of those produces 2, and you take 8 cobblestone generators to make one compact cobblestone generator, and then you take 8 of those to make the dense cobblestone generator. I've actually made a couple, so let's go ahead and throw them down. These will auto output, so if we look in right here, this should be getting items very quickly. So we'll just let that be for a little while, and let's actually set up where we want our quantum rings to be. Now the quantum rings do need to be powered on both sides, so we need to keep that in mind as we're building the system. So let's grab some flux duct. Let's also grab some covered cable here, and I'm gonna grab a couple of different variants just so that I have the colors that I need. So I actually want to put one of the, you need to make 2 of these quantum rings, and I want to put one of them down here. And so I think I'm going to place it right here. And how this is built is just 8 of these surround the quantum link chamber. I believe that it will change. Yes, that looks good. So we just need to hook this up. We're using the black color down here, so let's go ahead and use black as well. Now the thing is, this can transmit up to 30 channels, I believe. So instead of using the regular covered cable, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the dense covered cable. So let's toss that out real fast, and then let's hook this up. And it will show, actually, let's get one of the smart version. Do I have any of the smart version? No, I don't think I do. Actually, I might. Yes, I do. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and break this so we can see exactly how many channels we have. It should show up as 0 because we do not have a quantum singularity in here, and we don't have anything hooked up to it on the other end. So I believe it does not take any channels by itself. So even when we do hook up the other side, we won't see anything happen until we start hooking things up to it. So I think I want to place this quantum ring somewhere. Let's do it because, okay, so I think we're going to have some solar panels out back for right now. So I don't want to set up the quantum ring along the back wall or anything. So I think let's go ahead and set it up over here somewhere. You know what? I have another idea. I think I'm gonna place it in or under my street over here, because just like my main base, I guess, I have this set up underneath the street. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna place it over here, and this one will be connected. Actually, no, this is not a very good. Okay, I'm completely undecided where I want this. Maybe I should have planned. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put it down here because this will not be this location's primary applied energistic system, because this one will have its own system as hooked up to this controller up there. So I think I'm just gonna place it along this wall somewhere, and let's do it here. So like I said, I need to power both sides of this. So let's go ahead and take this cryostabilized flex duct and okay, I really thought maybe I need an energy acceptor. I might. So let's go grab one real fast and let's see if that works. And also let's grab some, actually we don't need to grab any refined uranium. The reactor, I have manually fueled the reactor, so hypothetically I should be able to turn this on and get some power out of it. Yes, okay, so it's lit up, it's getting power. That's exactly what I want to see. And so is the applied energistic system over here. So that's cool. It is using quite a bit more power than when I had just this hooked up. It was 70 RF per tick, so this is using almost 400 RF per tick right now. But we're going to shut this off for right now anyways. So let's actually run over to our other base and let's see if our quantum singularity is done yet. I don't think it will be, but I kind of hope it is. Okay, so I don't even have this in the right mode. So I need this to be in the ME condenser. I need to condense it into singularities, and it's 256,000 per item. So I'm gonna have to wait a bit for this to get there. It's working on it, and while that's happening, I am going to just wait. So I'll be right back when that is ready. So the quantum singularity is not quite done yet, but I have a few more things I can do. I have grabbed a bunch of stuff that I'm going to need, but I also want to set up a wireless terminal over on the other side. So we can go ahead and do that real fast. So I just need the wireless access point and some wireless boosters. And I think I'm going to have to kind of relocate my energy acceptor, possibly. Not quite sure. We'll see when I get over here. I kind of want the wireless access point to be on top. Actually, you know what? I don't think I need it to be, because I think what I can do is I can just do something like this and then put the wireless access point right here. Now, theoretically, it should light up soon. After I get this online, I guess I need this to be powered. So, okay, so it looks like that's not taking. Is that even on? It's offline. Okay, so that's not what I expected to happen. Let me. Okay, so for whatever reason, this is not working. Oh, you know why? Because there's nothing in here. Ha. Well, that was dumb. Okay, so that might work once I have something in here. I'm not really sure. It might not. Let's try to reroute something and get it to function like I want it. So I think if I hook it up over here, I might get what I want. So yeah, that immediately did not. Okay, so I might not be able to do this. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna try anyways. So I also need to start hooking up some stuff to the applied energistic system. So we need to not do that. I need to export, and I don't even have it with me. Whoops, I thought I did. We need the refined uranium to be exported. Right here, so let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll throw in some acceleration cards just for kicks, because we won't really need that, but whatever. So then we just need to hook all this up to this over here, and that's critical that we actually hook it up over there. And let's actually, there's no great way to do this. Okay, so that should work. Let's get rid of this for right now. And then we'll see if we can't add it back later. So our quantum entanglement or singularity or whatever it is should be almost done. Yes. Cool. So now there's one more step we need to do. And if we take our singularity, okay, to create, drop one singularity and one ender dust and cause an explosion within range of the items. So what we need to do is we need some ender dust, which we have right here. And then what I usually do is I think I usually use water so that I don't accidentally destroy my singularity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop cool. And then let's throw down the TNT. And let's get this party started. Perfect. So now we have two quantum entangled singularities, which we now can throw into each side of the quantum link chamber. And hopefully we will have everything or access to our items on the other side. So one of them goes in here, And then the other one will go on the other side, like I said. Okay, so hypothetically, we should start seeing some refined uranium come into here at some point. It looks like this is online, so that's good. Let's try to hook up our wireless access point again. Kind of don't think it... Did that break? Or did I just not do... Oh, there it goes. Cool. So let's try to hook this up one more time. Hey, does that... Yes! Awesome. That's what we wanted to see. Cool, cool, cool. So now I have access to everything I need over here via this. So cool. Now the next thing I would like to do is we need to set up some machines and some storage and all kinds of stuff. So let's grab some solar arrays. I have some of them built. Let's grab some glass fiber cable. Let's grab a battery, so an MFSU. And then, yeah, let's set these bad boys up. So I actually want to set them up outside, right back here. And I think, yeah, I haven't even done a very good, when I was leveling this, I was using a builder's wand, and I left quite a bit of space. Anyways, so I think I'm gonna have my solar panels back here, so like this, and then we're gonna have the glass fiber cable, and then somewhere I'm gonna need some stone and some machines, I guess, to use the energy. But anyways, let's go ahead and dig some of this out. So if we go straight up from here, we should have access to it. Cool, we do. And then I need to add some machines down here, so let's get some of the machines I need. I need metal formers, and I need at least 2 of them. I need a macerator, and let's just grab a few of them. I will need some transformer upgrades, so let's grab a stack. Also, I will need some overclocker upgrades, so let's also grab a stack of those. Let's get rid of some stuff we don't need. Shouldn't need that anymore. Let's see here. I need an ore washer, which I do not have. I don't have a few things made, actually. I don't have an ore washer made, and I do not have a thermal centrifuge made. But that's all easy enough, to be honest. So let's hope the rain goes away in the morning. And let's make a thermal centrifuge first. Now the thermal centrifuge will be for making uranium out of, let me see here, purified crushed uranium. It will make tiny uranium and uranium-238. So let's go ahead and make that. It is made like this. First we need to make a mining laser, which is easy enough to make. So then there we go. We should have everything. Okay, maybe we don't have everything we need. But then we need an ore washer as well. That is, to be honest, pretty easy to make. So let's throw these patterns in here. And we will need, for right now, we will need 1 ore washer and 1 centrifuge. So let's go ahead and grab those. It shouldn't be too long because I think I have most everything made already. So now let's go back and start hooking things up. Okay, so first off, I need to hook all of this up to a battery of some sort. So I think what I'm going to do is lay the MFSU like this and run this cable down. So this should start getting power. It already had some power, to be honest. So let's start setting up some machines. First off, let's do a macerator. So we can do right here. Actually, you know what? Let's tear out the floor a little bit, because we're going to need access to the bottom side of the machines and as well as the back here. So macerator, we will need 2 metaformers. And the metaformers actually have different modes here, so we're going to need them both to be in rolling mode. One of these metaformers will be to make iron plates out of iron ingots, and the other will be to make copper plates out of copper ingots. So what else do we need? We need an ore washer and a thermal centrifuge. I believe that's just about all we need for now. So let's throw the ore washer there, and then let's throw the thermal centrifuge over here. Now we do need water in the ore washer, so that's why I brought along an aqueous accumulator, so that can be placed down there. And shoot, so I'm going to need access to a different side of the ore washer. I'll figure that out. Anyways, so I need another water bucket. And let's see here, I need some fluid duct. That should be good enough. So that should start filling up with water. That's fantastic. So let's go ahead and throw in some transformer upgrades and some overclockers into these machines. For most of the machines, it's going to be a ratio of 4 to 8. For the ore washer and the thermal centrifuge, we're going to use different ratio because they use a lot more power. So I'm not going to use quite as many overclockers. Let's use 4 in each, to be honest. That should be a good ratio. So in addition, I want to put an injector upgrade into... Let's do the metaformers and the ore washer. So let's grab some injector upgrades. That actually works out pretty well, because 2 of these injector upgrades need to be to... let's do the top side, and that'll be these right here. And then this one needs to be to the east side, because the ore washing stuff needs to be ejected into the thermal centrifuge. Now the ore washer will also have a 3rd byproduct, I believe, so let's take a look at that. Crushed uranium ore, if you run it through an ore washer. Okay, so we have 2 byproducts here. We have the tiny pile of lead dust and then the stone dust. Can this be thermal centrifuged? No. And can this be thermal centrifuged? No. So that's good. And then let's actually set up an import bus here. Actually, let's set up several import buses. Possibly. I'm not sure how many I need, to be honest. So we need to grab a card. And okay, so how this is going to be is, for the copper plates and the iron plates, I'm going to direct them into modular storage units. And these storage units can only hold a finite amount of materials, and they will be 300 stacks. So I will be able to hold 300 stacks of copper plates and iron plates. So that's cool. Did I finish all this? So hypothetically, I should be able to hook all this up and not see any explosions. So let's try to do that. Okay, so we should see some energy. Cool. Looks like everything's good. Now we need to set up some export buses from this system over here to get over here. Still not sure I'm going to do this ore washer. I might have to just do it in the front and make it look terrible by doing that. Anyways, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Not the most elegant solution, but it should work. Okay, so this will be uranium ore. This will be copper. This will be iron. Actually, I don't need a bus on this at all. But I do need to switch the order of these machines. So let's grab a wrench. Also, I need to get rid of all this cabling. I need to kind of rearrange these first 3 machines is what I'm going to do. Because what I can do is I can set up the macerator right beside, and I didn't even need to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the macerator here instead, and I'm going to give it an auto output upgrade to auto output into the ore washer, and that's because the uranium, how do we get the crushed uranium? We throw the uranium in a centrifuge and we get just crushed uranium, which is what we're going to be running into the ore washer. So let me grab an injector upgrade, and then I think to the east side is what we want. Yes, east side. Cool. So this will need to be uranium, this will need to be iron, and this will need to be copper. Okay, so that should work out. And let's make sure to get everything set back how it needs to be. Okay, I was just about to say where'd my ejector cards go. They're down here. So we need to place these back in as well. And then need to move this to over here. Now what I'm going to do with this, or these, is I'm going to add storage buses to them. And we're going to place them on top so that this system can access the plates that will be inside. So I'm going to set these to negative priorities, that way it doesn't start throwing items in here. And then we can hook it up to the applied energistic system right here. Now we need to hook up these buses to this applied energistic system over here. So let's get started with that. Let's grab some facades and let's grab some conduit, some ME conduit here. Fantastic. I think I'm just gonna run this, let's say like this. That should be good. Okay, cool. Now let's just cover that up real fast. And hopefully we should start seeing things float into the machines here. I do need to add some acceleration cards. I kind of forgot about that, but I have them with me. Okay, so acceleration cards. And I actually don't need this bus over here. So that was, yeah, we can get rid of all this. Cool. So let's hook these machines back up to their energy sources. I should have everything back to how it needs to be as far as the upgrades inside. So we should start seeing these things operate. I do need to add an import bus up here with a capacity card. And that is because I need to have them only import the tiny piles of lead and the stone dust. Cool. Okay, so that's one last thing I need to do this episode, or almost the last thing, I guess, is I need to make this stuff into fuel rods. So now, oh shoot. Okay, so all this is scrap. That HV cable can just go away. Because that's not what we want. Okay, so we have the plates here. And we are using, you know what, let's actually back these off just a little bit, because the metal formers do use quite a bit of power themselves. Nothing compared to the ore washer or the thermal centrifuge, but they still use a lot anyways. So let's see here. Let's block that up. We have most of this set up. We do need to make this into fuel rods, so I need to set up a canning machine. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think I'm going to place this, let's see. Let's do it over here. And we can wrap around our energy over here. And we will need to... Okay, so I need to figure out how I need to do this. So I'm going to be right back in a minute. So one thing I do need to do right now would be a good time to do it. I need to make a hazmat suit. Now this will protect me from radiation. So this is made, there are 4 pieces to it. The hazmat suit leggings, the scuba helmet, and then rubber boots. And like I said, this will protect me from... Okay, that is just weird. This will protect me from radiation when I'm wearing this, when I'm handling certain components. So let's go ahead and drop this in here and make me a set of this armor. This armor is very poor armor. You shouldn't use it unless you need it to actually be dealing with radioactive materials. So let's go ahead and grab a full set. Pretty simple to make if you have orange dye. And I'm missing orange dye. So cool. Okay, so I need the leggings. Let's grab those. And then let's just throw this on. So now I have protection against radiation. I need to run back over here. Okay, so I need a few more things here. I have added some upgrades here. I do need to export a few things and then import a few things. So, and unfortunately I need to, you know what, no I don't, because if I set up an export bus right here with a capacity card, I need a capacity card and a crafting card, and I haven't set up the crafting recipe quite yet, but we'll get there. So I need a capacity card, crafting card, acceleration cards, and we need to export a few things. So let's actually go upstairs because what we need should be in the system by now. Actually, no, it shouldn't. It's stuck in the thermal centrifuge, I think, because I never hooked it up. Whoops. So I need to hook this up. So I need covered cable back. I don't know why I got rid of it. So, nope. Okay, so now we have the items we need to actually make some fuel. So how you make the fuel is this right here. And I need to grab some blank patterns to throw them in here. Now this is radioactive, but because I have the hazmat suit on, I am protected. Otherwise, I'd get radioactive or radiation poisoning and die a relatively quick death. But anyways, so we need to export the enriched uranium into here. And I just realized something. I want to move this because I need one more thing. And I actually need to take these out because this actually needs to be another metal former. Because I need the rods. The fuel rods, that is, the empty fuel rods. So let's go ahead and I believe it's an extruding recipe. So let me make sure here. It is cool. And then we'll need, once again, we'll need an upgrade, and I'm blanking an ejector upgrade here. So I actually only need one of these configured to be out the south side. Yes. So these will get made into the fuel rods, and then they will be put into the fluid solid canning machine. And then I also need to set this up to be, I don't need that anymore. So we just need the enriched uranium to be exported there. Currently we don't have a method to actually craft that, but we'll get there here in a second. So we should get the fuel rods from over here. Cool. So now we have some fuel rods, and they should be being ejected into here. Fantastic. And then we need to eject this into a container that will be right here. And let's grab another modular storage. And we'll place it right here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 channels here. This will need to be a storage bus once again. I also need to set it on a negative priority. And hook it up like so. Let's throw in our only enriched uranium. We should get a fuel rod. Fantastic. So then we need to set up a couple more things here real fast. We need some enemy interfaces. So I'm actually just going to do 2 of them, and then some molecular assemblers. For right now, we'll do 8. And I think we'll just place them kind of in the middle of this room here. So how we're going to do this is... Actually, I did that backwards. Each molecular assembler is going to have, or each ME interface will have 4 molecular assemblers to use. That's just to try to be as efficient as possible. And then I also need like something to actually make the crafting, like a crafting computer, I guess. So let's hook these up real fast, and just like before, only the ME interfaces need channels. So this will only be 2 channels. Let's grab something to actually be able to make these things. Let's grab some coprocessors. So what I'm thinking is And for whatever reason, I don't know how many I need, so let's... I just got rid of my jetpack. Whoops. Okay, so these things should have plenty crafting power now. So let's see if they are... They are not crafting that because I do not have the pattern in there. So let's throw in one of the patterns, and we should shortly see it start crafting because it is requesting from over here. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. So these are being put into here. That's making fuel rods. And then lastly, what I want to do is I want to make the quad version of the fuel rods. But that's easy enough. So all we need to do is punch in this recipe right here. Throw in the molecular assembler down here. And then I should be able to craft quad fuel rods. Fantastic. So I think this is actually a little past wrapping up point, but that's okay. So in today's episode, I did a bunch of stuff here at my nuclear base. I've started the construction of fuel rods. I have it completely automated at this point, so that's cool. Over time, I should get quite a bit of fuel rods from this, and I will be using them, I believe, next episode to make quite a bit of power from the mod IndustrialCraft. So if you liked today's episode, give it a like. If you enjoy automation and modded Minecraft, you should definitely subscribe to my channel because that's kind of what I do. Signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.